Hello, graceful Libra. Today, July 22nd, 2026, you may begin to notice that some of the answers you've been searching for are appearing in quieter ways than you expected. Rather than arriving through dramatic events, they emerge through moments of clarity that help you see yourself, your choices, and your relationships from a more balanced perspective. As the day unfolds, you may feel encouraged to release old expectations or beliefs that no longer reflect the person you're becoming. Like sunlight gradually settling across a calm lake, your next steps become easier to recognize once your inner world grows still. Opportunities may appear through conversations, partnerships, or unexpected moments of cooperation rather than through force or urgency. Some developments could arrive quickly, while others continue unfolding at their own natural pace, reminding you that meaningful progress rarely needs to be rushed. Trust your ability to recognize the right timing instead of trying to control every outcome. Each thoughtful decision helps build a stronger bridge between where you have been and where you genuinely want to go. Your relationships also carry the potential for gentle transformation, whether you're strengthening a bond that already matters or opening your heart to someone whose presence feels calm and sincere. This is a time to value honesty, mutual respect, and emotional balance. You may discover that the harmony you seek with others begins with the way you honor your own needs, creating space for deeper trust and more authentic connection. There is also wisdom in slowing down today. Even when your mind is busy weighing possibilities or searching for the perfect answer, moments of quiet reflection can reveal insights that constant activity cannot. Rest is not stepping away from your purpose. It is part of how your perspective becomes clearer. As your thoughts settle, you may find that challenges once filled with uncertainty begin to reveal practical solutions. Today's energy gently invites you to bring your outer choices into alignment with your inner truth. By welcoming change instead of resisting it, and by allowing patience to replace unnecessary pressure, you create room for new possibilities to grow naturally. Every experience, even the difficult ones, carries something worth understanding, and every small shift in awareness becomes another step toward a more fulfilling future. Move through this day with kindness toward yourself, confidence in your judgment, and an open heart ready to receive what genuinely belongs in your life. As always, remember that this message is meant as a source of reflection rather than certainty. Some parts may resonate deeply, while others may simply not fit your present circumstances, and that's perfectly okay. Keep what speaks honestly to your experience and allow the rest to pass without concern. Your choices remain your own, and it is those choices, made one day at a time, that quietly shape your path forward. Today we'll explore the themes surrounding love, finances, health, and family, along with the symbolic energies that may accompany your journey. Your symbolic numbers for today are 11 and 22, gentle reminders of balance, thoughtful choices, and the value of building steady foundations. The color that best reflects today's atmosphere is dusty blue, a shade that evokes calm communication, emotional clarity, and quiet confidence. Whether it appears in your clothing or simply in something that catches your eye, let it serve as a small reminder to return to your center whenever life feels busy. You may already sense that important changes are unfolding beneath the surface of everyday life. Some circumstances are asking you to release the habit of carrying responsibilities that were never entirely yours, while others encourage you to trust that not every answer needs to arrive immediately. You have a natural ability to seek fairness and understanding, yet the season also asks you to remember that balance includes caring for yourself as much as caring for everyone else. There may be people close to you whose words or actions occasionally disturb your peace, but today offers an opportunity to respond differently. Instead of absorbing every emotion around you, you may find yourself establishing healthier boundaries with quiet confidence rather than conflict. Choosing self-respect does not require pushing others away. Sometimes it simply means honoring your own needs with greater honesty. That subtle shift can change the entire direction of a relationship. As this inner balance grows stronger, old emotional patterns and inherited expectations begin to lose their hold. What once felt like an obligation may now appear as a choice, and that realization opens space for greater freedom, deeper connection, and a renewed sense of possibility. Trust the pace of this unfolding. Each thoughtful step you take reflects a version of yourself that is becoming more authentic, more peaceful, and more fully aligned with the life you are creating. This card speaks of a quiet but meaningful release. Libra, you may begin to recognize that some of the expectations you've carried for years were never truly your own. Whether they came from family, past relationships, or the pressure to keep everyone happy, they may have shaped your choices more than you realized. Today offers an opportunity to loosen those invisible ties, not through conflict, but through greater self-awareness. As you let go of what no longer reflects who you are, you create space for a lighter, more authentic way of moving through life. The shift may feel subtle at first, like a gentle breeze clearing the surface of still water, yet its impact can be profound. What once seemed like a responsibility you simply had to carry begins to lose its weight, allowing you to breathe more freely and trust your own direction. This isn't about abandoning what matters. It's about recognizing the difference between obligation and genuine purpose. The more honest you become with yourself, the easier it becomes to welcome new possibilities. The Ace of Cups brings a beautiful invitation for your emotional world to expand. If your heart has been cautious because of past disappointments or uncertainty, this card suggests that you're entering a season where openness feels safer than it once did. Someone may be preparing to express feelings they've kept hidden, or an existing relationship could deepen through conversations filled with sincerity and mutual understanding. Rather than chasing perfection, you'll find greater fulfillment in connections that allow both people to feel seen, respected, and accepted. This emotional renewal asks you to receive as willingly as you give. Libra often finds joy in creating harmony for others, but today you're reminded that meaningful relationships thrive when care flows in both directions. The affection arriving now has the potential to feel genuine and lasting because it is built on honesty instead of appearances. Allow yourself to believe that healthy love doesn't require constant uncertainty or emotional guessing. The Chariot encourages steady movement, not reckless speed. A conversation that has been delayed may finally happen. A long-distance connection could begin closing the gap, or you may simply feel ready to take a meaningful step you've been quietly considering. Whatever form this progress takes, it comes from growing confidence rather than pressure. Trust your instincts as they become clearer, and remember that thoughtful action often carries more lasting strength than impulsive decisions. Communication becomes one of your greatest allies during this period. The words you struggle to find may suddenly come with surprising ease, helping misunderstandings dissolve and creating room for stronger partnerships. Each honest conversation becomes another stone laid across the bridge between uncertainty and mutual trust. As clarity replaces hesitation, you'll notice yourself moving toward the stability you've quietly been seeking all along. The Ten of Cups highlights the possibility of deeper emotional harmony within your closest relationships. Whether you're building a future with someone, strengthening family bonds, or creating a home that feels emotionally safe, this energy encourages a sense of shared purpose rather than individual effort. The joy described here isn't based on fantasy. It grows through everyday moments of kindness, respect, and genuine partnership. What once felt like separate journeys may begin to move together in a more natural and supportive rhythm. The Nine of Pentacles reminds you that abundance often reflects the choices you've consistently made over time. Your ability to create balance, remain fair, and invest your energy wisely is beginning to produce tangible rewards. Recognition may arrive through your work, your creativity, or the trust you've earned from others, bringing greater confidence alongside increasing financial stability. This season encourages you to appreciate what you built without feeling that you must constantly prove your worth. As concerns about security gradually fade, you'll discover that peace is just as valuable as achievement. Material comfort becomes more meaningful when it supports the life you truly want instead of becoming another source of pressure. Allow yourself to enjoy the progress you've made, while remaining open to opportunities that continue expanding your future. Sometimes prosperity begins with recognizing that your time and energy are among your most valuable resources. Pay close attention to your overall well-being today, especially if you've been carrying more mental tension than usual. Long hours of work, constant decision-making, or trying to meet everyone's expectations can quietly build stress before you even notice it. Give yourself permission to slow down, stretch, rest when needed, and create moments of calm throughout the day. Caring for yourself isn't stepping away from your responsibilities. It helps you meet them with greater clarity and balance. Your professional path continues to show encouraging potential. Growth is likely to come through cooperation, thoughtful communication, and your ability to bring people together around shared goals. New opportunities may not appear overnight, but each experience is helping you strengthen the skills and relationships that support long-term success. If your current situation doesn't fully reflect your ambitions yet, don't mistake that for a permanent limitation. Patience remains one of your greatest strengths during this period. Small improvements to your work environment, your daily routines, or the way you collaborate with others could create meaningful momentum over time. Continue believing in your long-term vision even if recent circumstances have tested your confidence. Lasting progress often begins with consistent choices that seem small in the moment. If you're searching for new employment, remain open to opportunities that may arrive through conversations, recommendations, or unexpected connections. The timing may require a little more patience than you prefer, but that extra time can also allow the right circumstances to come together more naturally. When your chance arrives, approach it with quiet confidence rather than unnecessary pressure. Your calm presence and genuine character may leave a stronger impression than you realize. Even if progress seems slower than you'd like, resist the urge to rush what is still unfolding. Some opportunities require a little more time, not because they're being delayed, but because they're quietly arranging themselves in ways you cannot yet fully see. A brief period of patience now can prevent unnecessary complications later and allow you to step forward with greater confidence. If you're preparing for an interview, an important meeting, or any situation where you're being evaluated, give yourself permission to slow your breathing and settle your thoughts beforehand. People often notice calm confidence more than perfect answers, and the steadier your energy feels, the more naturally your abilities can shine. Trust that your preparation has already planted the seeds. You don't need to force the outcome for your strengths to become visible. Your financial outlook begins to reflect the inner balance you've been cultivating. As old fears surrounding security, self-worth, or scarcity gradually lose their influence, you may find yourself recognizing opportunities that once seemed hidden in plain sight. What changes now is not only what comes toward you, but also the way you respond to it. Instead of reacting from worry, you're beginning to make choices with greater clarity and intention. Decisions made from confidence instead of anxiety tend to open far more meaningful doors, attracting circumstances that feel more aligned with the life you're trying to build. This period encourages thoughtful growth rather than dramatic leaps. Consistent choices, wise partnerships, and a willingness to remain flexible can gradually strengthen both your financial stability and your peace of mind. Rather than chasing every possibility, you'll benefit from recognizing which opportunities genuinely deserve your energy. What once felt limited may begin expanding in ways that feel sustainable, allowing you to build a future that supports both your practical needs and your personal fulfillment. Prosperity becomes easier to recognize when it grows alongside balance, because true abundance isn't measured only by what you earn, but also by the sense of security and freedom you create for yourself. Recognition may also arrive through your talents, creativity, or the trust you built with others over time. Whether you're advancing professionally, developing a personal project, or exploring a new opportunity, your ability to collaborate and communicate thoughtfully becomes one of your greatest strengths. The relationships you've nurtured with sincerity may now begin opening doors that effort alone could not have unlocked. Stay open to offers or conversations that seem unexpectedly promising, as they could lead to greater stability than you initially imagined. Sometimes abundance begins with simply saying yes to the opportunity that genuinely aligns with your values, instead of the one that only appears impressive on the surface. As previous worries begin to lose their hold, you'll likely notice a growing sense of freedom around money and long-term planning. The effort you've invested over many months may finally begin producing visible results, allowing you to make decisions from a place of confidence instead of fear. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but you'll begin feeling less driven by uncertainty and more motivated by possibility. Continue focusing on possibilities rather than limitations. The more you trust your own judgment, the easier it becomes to recognize that you are fully capable of creating a secure and rewarding future, built on choices that truly reflect your priorities. When it comes to love, this is a time to appreciate the connections that bring a genuine sense of peace to your heart. Relationships that encourage honesty, emotional safety, and mutual respect deserve your attention far more than those built on uncertainty or constant emotional highs. If you're in a new relationship, allow it to unfold naturally instead of trying to predict where every step will lead. Meaningful bonds develop through patience, honest conversations, and the willingness to discover one another without unrealistic expectations. Let curiosity replace pressure and allow trust to grow at its own pace, giving each shared experience the chance to deepen naturally. If you've been with your partner for some time, you may notice yourselves moving toward an important new chapter together. That step doesn't have to come from obligation or outside expectations. It can simply be the result of two people choosing the same direction with open hearts. You may find yourselves discussing plans that once felt distant, now becoming realistic possibilities because your understanding of one another has matured. Shared goals become easier to achieve when each person feels heard, respected, and supported. By approaching challenges as a team rather than as individuals, you discover that even heavy responsibilities become easier to carry, strengthening not only your future, but also the trust that holds your relationship together. If you're single, be mindful of the energy you invite into your life. Attraction alone doesn't always reveal whether someone is emotionally available or ready for the kind of relationship you truly want. First impressions can be exciting, but lasting compatibility often reveals itself through consistency, kindness, and emotional maturity. Give yourself time to observe how a connection feels rather than rushing to define it. The right person is more likely to enter your life when your own heart feels clear, balanced, and genuinely open to receiving healthy love instead of settling for temporary comfort. If you know you're still healing or sorting through unfinished emotions, honor that process with kindness instead of impatience. Healing isn't measured by how quickly you move forward, but by how honestly you allow yourself to grow. Entering a relationship before you're emotionally ready can create confusion for both people involved. Choosing to wait isn't a sign of loneliness. It's an act of self-respect and emotional wisdom. The stronger your relationship with yourself becomes, the more naturally you'll recognize the connections that deserve your trust, making it easier to welcome love without losing your sense of self. Family life also carries a gentle sense of renewal. Conversations may become easier, misunderstandings can soften, and the feeling of truly belonging has an opportunity to grow stronger. Whether this comes through time spent together, changes within the home, or simply a deeper appreciation for one another, the atmosphere becomes warmer and more supportive. Even long-standing differences may begin to feel easier to navigate, as everyone becomes more willing to listen before reacting. Old tensions gradually give way to greater understanding, creating room for healing that feels both natural and lasting. The comfort you help create naturally extends to those around you. Small acts of kindness, shared traditions, and moments of genuine presence become the foundation for lasting memories that strengthen your closest bonds. You may discover that the smallest moments, a meal shared, an honest conversation, or simply spending time together leave the deepest emotional imprint. As everyone feels more comfortable expressing themselves honestly, your relationships gain both stability and warmth. Together, you're creating an environment where each person feels valued for who they truly are, allowing trust to deepen with each passing day. You may also notice that your personal growth quietly inspires those closest to you. As you choose greater balance, healthier boundaries, and more authentic communication, others often feel encouraged to do the same without you needing to convince them. The example you set through your own actions may become more influential than any advice you could offer. This shared spirit of encouragement strengthens your support system and reminds you that meaningful progress is rarely achieved alone. Home, in every sense of the word, becomes a place where both you and the people you love continue growing together, creating a future rooted not only in stability, but also in mutual understanding, trust, and lasting connection. During this season of change, your family and the people who truly feel like home can become an important source of reassurance. Their presence reminds you that growth doesn't have to happen alone, and the genuine support often appears in quiet, everyday moments rather than dramatic gestures. Sometimes it's a thoughtful conversation, a familiar smile, or simply knowing someone is there to listen that restores your sense of stability. Allow yourself to lean into those connections, because they can help restore your sense of balance whenever life begins to feel overwhelming. Even small gestures of understanding have the power to strengthen the foundation beneath your next chapter, reminding you that the strongest roots are often formed through simple acts of care repeated over time. Your energy is especially active today, not in a frantic way, but in a way that asks for conscious direction. With so many thoughts, opportunities, and responsibilities moving through your life, it's easy for that energy to become tension if it isn't grounded with intention. You may notice yourself wanting to solve everything at once, yet not every situation requires an immediate answer. When you notice yourself feeling scattered, pause for a moment, breathe deeply, and reconnect with what truly deserves your attention. A calm mind often creates better results than constant motion, because clarity tends to emerge when your thoughts have enough space to settle, instead of competing with one another. One of your greatest strengths today is your quiet belief that meaningful change is always possible. Even when circumstances seem uncertain, something within you continues searching for fairness, beauty, and hope. That inner compass has guided you through uncertain seasons before, and it remains just as dependable now. Hold on to that inner confidence, because it becomes the steady current carrying you forward. Your dreams don't need to be defended through force. They become stronger each time your actions remain aligned with your values, allowing your confidence to grow from consistency instead of external approval. The greatest challenge to watch for is impatience. You may feel tempted to hurry conversations, decisions, or outcomes simply because you can already picture where you'd like things to go. It's natural to want clarity when the future begins to open, but growth rarely follows a perfectly straight line. Today's rhythm suggests that clarity often arises when you allow events to unfold naturally instead of trying to rush them. Patience isn't slowing your progress. It's helping your next step rest on firmer ground, ensuring that what you build now has the strength to support what comes next. Balance also matters in the way you relate to other people. There may be moments when your desire for fairness or high standards is misunderstood, but that doesn't mean you have to abandon what feels right to you. Sometimes the greatest wisdom lies in recognizing the difference between proving you're right and preserving a meaningful connection. At the same time, remember that every person approaches life from a different perspective, shaped by experiences you may never fully see. Listening with openness while expressing yourself honestly creates far stronger bridges than trying to prove a point, and those bridges often become the foundation for trust that lasts. Healthy boundaries are just as important as compassion. You don't have to agree with everything to preserve peace, nor should you ignore your own needs simply to avoid conflict. Choosing yourself doesn't diminish your kindness. It allows your generosity to come from a place of authenticity rather than exhaustion. The harmony you seek becomes much more genuine when it includes respect for yourself as well as respect for others. That balance allows relationships to grow without either side feeling diminished, creating space where honesty and understanding can exist together. If you're currently studying or learning something new, stay curious and don't hesitate to ask thoughtful questions. Every question you ask opens another doorway to understanding, often revealing perspectives you may not have considered before. Understanding grows through exploration, discussion, and the willingness to look beyond the obvious. Every new insight becomes another piece of a much larger picture, helping you build confidence that lasts far beyond a single lesson. Trust the process of learning even when progress feels gradual, because the knowledge you gain now will continue supporting you long after today's efforts are complete. In your interactions today, you may find especially supportive energy with Sagittarius, Cancer, and Gemini. Conversations with Sagittarius can inspire fresh perspectives and a shared sense of optimism, encouraging you to look beyond immediate circumstances. Cancer may offer warmth, emotional understanding, and a comforting sense of trust that reminds you how valuable genuine support can be. Meanwhile, Gemini can help you explore ideas about your future that deserve more attention than you may have previously realized, bringing thoughtful dialogue that sparks new possibilities. Treat these connections as opportunities for meaningful exchange rather than fixed predictions, allowing each interaction to reveal something valuable in its own way. Thank you for sharing this moment with me, Libra. Your willingness to pause, reflect, and listen with an open heart gives these readings their true purpose. Every time you choose self-awareness over fear and curiosity over certainty, you strengthen your ability to navigate life's changing seasons with grace. Remember that these messages are not here to decide your future, but to encourage deeper awareness of the choices already unfolding before you. Keep what genuinely resonates with your own experience and allow everything else to pass with ease, trusting that your intuition will naturally recognize what belongs on your path. If today's reading brought you clarity or encouragement, I'd truly appreciate your support by leaving a like and subscribing for future daily readings filled with thoughtful reflection and positive guidance. Your kindness helps this community continue growing and allows these messages to reach others who may need them as well. Every gesture of support makes it possible to keep creating space where people can pause, reflect, and reconnect with themselves. Thank you for being here, and may your day unfold with balance, meaningful connections, quiet confidence, and a deep sense of peace.